Hello, thank you for joining me. This is Dr. Darnise with another episode from Dr. Darnise's House of Religion, Magic, and Conjure. Thank you all for joining me. Wow, that last video that I put up got quite a few comments and good response. I'm glad to see that about how Black people are leaving Christianity. So if you haven't seen it, it should be pretty easy to find in the list here on my channel. And I hope that you are subscribed. Anyway, I wanted to come on today and talk about something that I just think needs some clarification. I hear this term a lot, or this way of thinking a lot, when people are talking about why one religion is good or not good. And people use the term pagan. And even those of us who are already in non-traditional kind of spiritual practices, who are not affiliated with any particular institutional religion, will use the term pagan against another religion in a way that's derogatory or dismissive, as if to say that a religion that's pagan or has pagan elements in it means that it's not true or it's not pure. And, one thing I always say, there is no such thing as a pure religion, y'all. All religions are mixed. All religions have borrowed from different cultures. And all religions, I hate to say, on one level or another, criticize the other. And one way that institutional religions have criticized other religions, non-traditional ones like indigenous, the nature revering religions, the ones that venerate ancestors, that kind of thing, the one word that they use is pagan. That would be the Christian church talking to the indigenous person. That would be Islam talking about some other group of people who are not Muslim. So that's not a word we want to use in a derogatory sense. Those of us who think of ourselves as being more spiritual and less affiliated with that traditional institution. Pagan just meant that a religion did not meet the standard of being legitimate in the eyes of the institution holders, right? The power brokers. The people who had all the power in a society. They were the ones who could judge what religion was true and accurate and legitimate and was worthy of being protected or practiced. So those of us who are not practicing those traditional models of religion are pagan. All of us are pagan. So you want to be careful about using that term in a derogatory sense. Some people say, oh, well, I can't practice Christianity because it has all these pagan roots. Well, so does the African. Well, so does anything that you're going to name has pagan roots or components to it, because it just means we're doing something that the institution wasn't doing, and the institution didn't like it. So in an effort to be dismissive, they called my religion pagan. So all of the African traditional spiritualities that many of us who watch this channel anyway are practicing or interested in, those are pagan. And usually it's said in a negative way. It means that you don't have a proper understanding about God. You worship multiple gods. You worship spirits. You believe in animism, meaning, you worship things. As if the thing, the tree, the river, the land is God itself. You don't have a proper understanding about real religion, real spirituality. You don't know the true God. So when you're saying that another religion is pagan, be careful how you use that term, because just as easily that'll be turned around on you. And then you'll say, well, no, my religion isn't pagan. My religion is this African-based tradition, or my religion is this Celtic-based or this Nordic-based or whatever it is. But when you're being compared to other religions that have the power behind them, then we all are practicing the pagan. So It's just a little short video I want to come on and say, because I keep seeing it all throughout social media. People ask me all the time, well, isn't Christianity pagan anyway? And I said, well, what's not pagan? That in and of itself is not a reason to diminish your religion or to say that it's not true, because it's just a word that means that you're not doing what the state or the person in power says is the right religion. You're doing something that is considered to be illegitimate, is considered to be wrong, demonic. It's not Jesus. It doesn't talk about the blood of Jesus, therefore it's pagan. Or we think of, the ancient Romans or Greeks who were worshiping in their pagan temples. Well, they were doing what they were doing before Christianity took over, right? So the Muslims, when they were conquering and going to different parts of the world, right, they came upon people who were not Muslim and they said they're infidels, they're pagans. I mean, the Muslims can say that about the Christians and the Jews. You're pagans, because you don't have the right religion. You don't have the right spiritual understanding. You don't really know God. So those of us who are practicing hoodoo or Santeria or Vodun or any of these African-based religions, somebody was going to come along and has and come along and said, oh, you're pagans, you don't know God. Right? And unfortunately, even on the continent of Africa, as you probably know, and I'm sure I've talked about on this channel, it's not 100% cool to practice African traditional religions in Africa, because you have the dominant influence of Islam and Christianity throughout the continent. So people who are practicing the traditions are discouraged, strongly discouraged from practicing those pagan ways. And in some cases, more than, excuse me, more than discouraged, they are beaten, they are ostracized. People are killed for being witches. And what does that mean, to say that somebody is a witch? It means that what you're doing, what you're practicing is not legitimate, or it's dangerous. It's not what the state or the powerful religious people say you should be doing. And therefore, I have the right to stamp you out. I can kill you off because you're not practicing the right kind of religion. You're a bunch of pagans, right? So I just felt like I needed a little clarification, because we're using the word in ways that I'm pretty sure we don't really mean, some of us. So just take that little note. Give me a comment, question, if you want some more clarification on that, or a topic you'd like to hear me talk about, and I will do my best to do that. Time is precious indeed, but I will see what I can do and come back real soon. Meantime, subscribe, share, like, and yeah, thanks. Bye for now.